Okay, welcome back to the channel, you guys. You know what time it is. It's time for our daily recap of both Y&R and B&B. And I started a little bit later today. It's been busy this morning. But that doesn't stop this whole conversation. So, I'm going to give it a couple minutes. And then we'll go ahead and get this party started. There you guys are. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Keita, Vicky, Cheryl. Hey, you guys. I know I'm a little late. I had some things to take care of before I got on this call with you guys. But we are here. We are here. Okay. Crystal, Indigo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's see. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. All right. All of you all are here. It's about 25 of you all. And Melissa, Esme, Indigo, Crystal, Dewan, Jenny, Cheryl, Vicky. Welcome in, you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this party started. I know I'm a little late. My apologies in regards to this because something else came in this situation. Oh my goodness. In regards to all of this, you know what? Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Y&R. We had about 3 different storylines today. We had the situation with Victor being controlling. He's trying to control Cole. He's trying to control this business deal. And he's also trying to control Victoria. And everybody is looking at him like, I'm grown. I should be able to do what the French toast I want to do. So I don't understand. I don't know. Victor needs to take several seats. He really needs to take several seats because of the fact that, you know, these people can make their own decisions. And I mean, I understand if he's trying to do a business deal, but I mean, interfering with his daughter's life, I mean, come on. That's why I'm like with Devon, I'm like, do you know what you're signing up with getting involved with Abby? Oh, okay, thank you, you guys. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm just over Victor Newman. It's like, dude, okay, if you want to go after and try to be the one to pick up this deal before Billy, okay, that's business. But this other stuff with Victoria and Cole, it's like, dude, leave her alone. Leave him alone. I gotta say, Cole got a lot of confidence. I'll just say it like that. That not only right after Victor told him, stay away from my daughter, he sleeps with Victoria, or him and Victoria slept together. And then he comes back to put Victor on notice to tell him, yeah, what you're telling me, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be in her life whether you like it or not, and we got a daughter together. So get used to it. Monique said Victor needs therapy. Why is independence so threatening to him when one of the kids want to break away from him? It's like, yeah, he need to get over himself. Talking about all the other men that she done dealt with. Okay, he had the nerve to complain about Ashlyn Locke when he was the same one that was cheering him on. The only reason that he had a problem with Ashlyn Locke is because Ashlyn decided to do away with, he had this whole plan. But he was co-signing Ashlyn Locke so much so, Billy tried to stop him. Everybody else tried to stop that wedding. And Victor was like, he's not having it. So, yeah. B.A. said he's a megalomaniac. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, Victor needs to take several seats. Did see an intimate moment between both Claire and Victoria and Claire and her dad. They pretty much talking about their little romances with each other, meaning Victoria and Claire. And, I mean, even as an adult, unless my kids need advice, that's one thing. And I guess you could say maybe this is she did ask her mom for advice, but she all up in her mom's and dad's business. And, yeah, You know how I feel about that. But, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Claire and Kyle. I really am. I would like to see, it's probably be a cute little romance, and it won't be too long before those two hit the sheets. You know what I mean? I know he is controlling Jacqueline. Jenny said Victor got a God complex. He got some type of complex. I think sometimes he act like a narcissist. But for him to dictate to what folks should and should not do, because Cole said, "You're not going to stop me from being in, Victoria's life." He was like, "Oh, really? What you gonna do? You gonna send him off to never, send him away somewhere where he can't be found?" Yeah, he's out of control. He really is. What I did like about today's episode was the whole thing between Billy and Phyllis. Now, Phyllis did, she wanted to clear the air to pretty much figure out, why are you doing this? Are you trying to prove something to your mom? Are you trying to prove something and get one up on Lily? And I'm glad that Billy was transparent with her to say, look, that girl betrayed me. She acted like she wanted to be here, and then turned around, she was going to try to kick me out. And then when they got ready to do that Odyssey 7 business deal, obviously Victor got his hands on it some kind of way. Phyllis came back and said something going on with this deal because the guy was being dodgy and sketchy about closing it. And Billy was like, look, we've been trying to close that deal for years, and he was ready to close with me. And so they finally come after process of elimination. They realized that Victor probably got his hands on it. And when they figured out how, because there's only two other people that know about this, which is Chance and Lily, process of elimination, Lily is the culprit. Yeah, Lily in trouble. Lily betrayed the company. And exactly, Brooklyn, when Jill finds out, she's done. That's why I'm saying it's over for her. Because just say Billy and Phyllis retain the company and Jill saves the company. Victor is not going to trust Lily enough to give her a job. He might, who knows? They could write it in the story. But I don't think Victor would be like, why would I bring Lily over here? She betrayed the company that gave her a lifeline. If I give her a lifeline, will she betray me too? She gonna be out. And all that, Nate and Devon could say is like, I told you so. So, in my opinion, that's what she get. She's trying to play loose and everything with this whole business world, trying to secure her job as a CEO. She doesn't even have a job right now. She's been fired. I don't know if she took the money. Obviously, she hasn't taken the money. But I'm like, oh, thanks, Melissa. Thank you. But I'm like, Lily's shooting herself in the foot because of the fact that when Jill finds out, Jill ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with her. You took a deed. First of all, you betrayed my son. Second of all, you took intellectual property that I've been working on in this company for years. My son was able to get this man to do it, and you go and rat us out to Victor? Oh yeah, we're done. We're done. And I wouldn't blame Jill. So, and the fact that if they don't get Abbott Chancellor back, Victor cannot acquire the company. If Jill stands in the way of that acquisition, it's over. She can hang it up, go stand in the unemployment line, and they definitely aren't going to cut her that check. He was willing to give her a huge multi-million-dollar severance check, and she didn't take it. So not only you lost the job, but you probably lost that check too. Nikki gave Claire a position. Hey, listen, from what I understand, it looks like maybe the week of the 23rd, I think, next week. It looks like Claire might resign from working for Kyle and Summer. So, Yeah, that kind of answers your question. And exactly, Sandra. Nikki give Claire a position, then where does Lily go? Right to the unemployment line, because she being stupid. She could have went right over there to her family, but she said no. Jill is her family. She's her kid's grandmother. And I was like, you do have a brother and a cousin. What is that? Are they like chopped liver or something? And I wouldn't be surprised whether or not, Devon even give her a job after all of this. It's just, it don't make sense to me that she did this. It's crazy. So if that's the route she want to go, then yeah. LaShanta says she didn't cash that check. Is she still? I don't think she's an employee. And here's the thing. Let's just go with she is still an employee because she didn't take the money or whatever. If you're still an employee and you're giving corporate secrets to another company, that's espionage. So, you could get in trouble. So she better hope that by her not signing that check or taking the check, that, she's still not considered an employee. Yeah, I hope that Jill bring Chance back too. I would like for them to do that as well. But pretty much, we didn't have a lot this episode. We also have Victoria trying to talk her dad down to say, hey, let me handle Billy. Let's give him another option because this ain't going to look good in front of the grandkids. Them kids going to realize that the demise of their father was due to their grandfather. And he don't care. Victor don't care about nothing. The reason that he's saying that because he in his head he think eventually Katie and Johnny are just gonna come around. That's why I think he's thinking that way. So, in my opinion, this is gonna blow up in everybody's face, but I'm looking forward to seeing, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but I'm looking forward to this whole thing with Billy and Phyllis. Because I like Phyllis working in corporate. I like what they're doing with that storyline. So I'll give that storyline an A. But the rest of the storylines, I give it a B minus. Yeah, I know Jacqueline. He don't care. And I agree, B.A. Hall. Victoria has a point. She want to protect how the kids view their dad and what's going on with him. Exactly. Well, that's a good question, LaShanta. Why does she want to do something now? Because at first she was on board talking about, oh, don't worry about it. I'll handle Billy. And now all of a sudden she's scared. So, but by Friday, Victor is going to lose patience with Victoria. So this is about to get worse. So, not a lot on Young and the Restless today. We're going to probably talk more. I know Bree probably have a lot to say in the midweek chat later tonight. So make sure you guys stick around for that as well. We got to talk about Bold. So remember you guys yesterday when we were on the live chat and I was talking about those 2 kisses that happened last year? And remember how I flipped the script? I said, we need to create a scene where there's Liam and Steffy talking. And they're talking about Hope and this kiss and what happened and all of this. Now, granted, I did not know any of that was going to happen at all. But I'm like, man, it couldn't have been more textbook. The only thing that was missing is the fact that when Finn walked in, I wish he could have heard Liam and Steffi talk about those 2 kisses. Remember I flipped that script yesterday and I was hoping for that exact moment. Hey, Bree girl, my mod is in the building. My co-host, the hostess with the mostest. She'll be on later tonight as well. And I know she got a lot to say for the last 3 days. But, that would have been the perfect moment. I'm like, oh, not another missed opportunity. And it played out how I wished it would have played out when I did that flip the script yesterday. That Steffi and Liam need to be having a conversation where They talk about fanning that kiss from Hope and da, and she's complaining about it. And then Liam bring up, well, I don't want to happen to bring up the kisses from back last year, and that would have been so perfect for Fan to walk in on them talking about those two kisses from last week. I know, Sandra. It was the perfect day for Liam and Steffy to talk about those kisses. I was putting that whole thing together yesterday. Absolutely. And I'm sitting up there watching this. I'm like, dang, this is how I wanted to play out. Now, they got kind of close because we saw Steffy rubbing his arm when Finn walked in the door. And I'm like, you should have talked about the kisses. But anyway, obviously they gonna let them kisses stay buried a little bit longer. But the crazy thing about the conversation with Liam was like, I can't see that in Hope. Hope wants to make sure that the family stays together. I can't see her breaking up a family. I'm like, Liam, she broke up your family to get with Thomas. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Liam? He's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and then he says, well, Hope hasn't been herself for a while. You think? She slept with Thomas. He gave her a whole awakening. And you say, I can't see herself breaking up a family. She broke up your family. She was screwing you and thinking about Thomas at the same time, which is why you were getting good loving that you hadn't had in a while. Bree said he completely forgot why he on his daddy's couch. Exactly. Why are you divorced, Liam? Because of Hope deciding to sleep with Thomas, which broke up your whole family? Yeah, so I don't know. That Liam, I'm like, really? Oh, and then he was like, well, I'm totally on your side. I'm totally on your side. Maybe I should talk to Hope. What you gonna say to Hope? Really, Liam? What is Liam gonna say to Hope? Nothing. All Liam is gonna be like, well, why did you do it? I mean, that's just not you, Hope. You wouldn't go and kiss a married man, would you? Liam? Yes, she would. She was kissing you when Steffi walked into dressing room number 6, when you had her up against the wall and she got pregnant with Beth. Yeah. And you left a very pregnant Steffi to go over there. So, I mean, y'all, they both have been, I don't want to say, because, I give Steffi her criticism as well from time to time. But I'm like, this dude here obviously has forgotten history. But this was the perfect time for those kisses to come out. And writers, I was like, are we going to do it? Oh, that would be great if they do it in this moment. And all she did was touch him on the arm when Finn walked through the door. So, wah, wah. All right. We got the conversation where we had that spoiler where we saw Taylor catching up with Eric. It was a sweet moment. He says, you're always family. You're welcome here, blah, 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 blah. And then they played this weird music between Taylor and Ridge. And I'm like, Ridge is just so wishy-washy. He is it's like, dude, you are the king of mixed signals. He's the king of mixed signals. And I'm like, all this stuff you saying, ain't no way you would be saying that stuff in front of Brooke. And they looking at each other, all googly-eyed. Taylor made an admission. She had a confession that I saw you two in Europe. When you were there, I was there, and I saw you through the bushes. Okay. Big deal. And that was that spoiler. A lot of people, now there probably is more to the Taylor storyline because there's a lot of articles out there about why Taylor came. And there's a lot of speculation, so we'll see how that goes. But for today's spoiler, when they said she has a confession to make, that confession was her watching the two of them in Europe. Big deal. And then they start looking at each other like, I always care for you. And okay, what are we going to do with that? T, that's why Ridge likes Liam. I know, because they both, he's the waffle king and Liam is waffle boy. He's the sidekick. Yeah, BA, that was a spoiler. The confession was her confessing that she saw them in Europe. Big freaking deal. Yeah. Well, they make it look like the spoiler. Honestly, they didn't lie. She made a confession. It's just that the confession wasn't over the top. Yeah. So, anyway. We got to talk about what happened over at Finn's office. That whole thing is a hot mess, too, because Brooke she don't care about nothing but herself and her daughter. You put that man in an impossible position. And I liked Finn today because I was wondering how he was going to react when Brooke came over there. And he had a few choice words to say to Brooke. But Brooke was like, can you speak to her about what, about this whole thing? And I'm like, Finn. And he said, look, I don't want to get in the middle of this mess. I really don't. I don't want to get in the middle of this mess. So, why are you talking to me about this right now? Really? Can we just not? And so she was like, I understand. And you need to forget about that kiss. It ain't like he been thinking about that kiss. I'm like, girl, stop. It's not like he's been sitting around pondering about the kiss. The only thing he's been thinking about is how the fact that she did it and how telling his wife put them in an impossible position. That was insane for her to come there and ask him to speak on the behalf of her daughter to his wife. Yeah, she don't take no for an answer. And why would you go to him anyway? You should have went to Ridge. This is a business decision, Miss Executive Staff Member. Why did you go to Steffy's husband? If you didn't like what Steffy had to do as a business move, which was hold leverage, go to Ridge. Like, look, your daughter actually said that if she continues to even look at Finn, that she was going to cut the line. What can Finn do about that? Except for cause more problems in his own relationship. And Finn, they had him. And then you see the words that she used, right? 2 words that we use about Finn on this channel. You might have heard myself say that, Keish, Bree, Trish, maybe even J Money in the comment sections when he's here. One of the things 2 things we call him is a people pleaser and a peacekeeper or a peacemaker. And did you guys notice that Brooke used the trigger word, don't you want to keep the peace, Finn? Why is that his responsibility to keep the peace between those 2 ladies? That's not his job. His job is to look after his wife, not keep the peace between her and a woman that should have nothing to do with you. She gonna like, don't you want to keep the peace? How about you go keep the peace in your own situation with your daughter, telling him to be the mediator or the peacekeeper? That's not his job. And it was wrong for her to ask that question. Sandra says she started cussing Finn, but he did me proud today. I really thought he was going to step out of his lane. I didn't know that he was going to actually bring it up, but the way he brought it up, I like the way he brought it up to Steph. He said, I got a visitor today from Brooke. And she looking like, yeah, okay, what she say? She said that you told her blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, but I don't care about that. My thing is I'm here to look after you. I'm trying to take care of you, my wife. and nothing's gonna come in between us and all of this good, So I was happy on kind of how he communicated. He didn't come in the door saying, Steph, what is this about you holding leverage over Hope? I'm like, okay, cool. So he handled it a little bit different. I like that. But yeah, Brooke needs to go take many seats, not several. She needed to take all of the seats, because what she did today was out of line. You don't take something business wise to talk to somebody's spouse about. You don't like what's going on at work, then talk to the other co-CEO. You're on the executive staff. If she's doing a move that's not appropriate, that's not Finn's job. Go talk to Ridge, not Finn. Where's Lee? She should have confronted Hope. I would have loved to seen that. They probably given her a break, because her and Poppy and Luna, they've been working all summer. So they probably decided to give her a break. Yeah, Liam do need a job. That's what's in my title. Liam need to go to work. Because it's almost like that boy he's always at either somebody's job, somebody's house. It's like, dude, do you have a job? I mean, he works remotely. We seen Bill work from home as well, But for Liam to just be showing up in all these different places, it's like, find something else to do. I mean, seriously. Liam works at Bill Company. Yes. Did Finn tell her that Brooke don't trust her? Jenna, I don't quite remember that statement. Brooke telling everyone that Hope is sorry and that they need to move on, knowing well that Hope told her plainly that she didn't regret that kiss and Steffy doesn't deserve Finn. Exactly. She knows the full conversation behind that. Who made that comment? Tanisha. You are absolutely correct. She made a whole full conversation about that to her mom. And her mom knows that. Her mom knows everything that's going on in Hope's brain. And for her to sit up there and want to play this game, oh yeah, she's definitely out of line. Telling, you need to forget about that kiss, or you need to let it go, like she told Steffy yesterday. And I'm like, she ain't got to let nothing go. Your daughter kissed her husband. So, I mean, for you to have that expectation that, they just should just let it go. Girl, again, Brooke needs to take several seats. Because this is insane for her to put that man in an impossible position. But, Finn got through it. He got through it. It could have went worse. We didn't know what to expect when we talked about this yesterday. So it could have went way worse, where Finn would have put his foot in his mouth and said something crazy, to Steffy. Hey, Steph, what is this about you saying that you don't want Hope to, look at me, or else you're going to kill her line? You're going to take out her line. Nope. He came in the right way with that one. So I was definitely happy about that. And Bree, I know you got a lot to say. Hey, Belinda, I know you have a lot to say tonight. I know that for a fact. Yeah, Finn was good. He didn't lose me today. He told Brooke where he stood. She tried to use the keep the peace thing. I did not like that at all, because it's not his job to mediate between these two women, especially when one is his wife and one is another woman who is clearly interested in him. So, yeah, pretty much other than that, that was the only thing about this episode. I'll give it a C today, because it was all right. I didn't like what happened with, Brooke and all. But this conversation with Liam and Steffy was a missed opportunity. The whole spoiler with, oh, Taylor and Eric will be catching up. Okay, he was in there for about a good 5 minutes, and then he went to take a call. And then we saw the confession that was a spoiler, talking about, oh, she has a confession to make. Yeah, that she saw them in Europe. Whoop-de-doo. Yep. All right, you guys, we're going to have a lot more to say later on tonight. And I know Bree got a lot to say. Yes. So we're going to end it right there. Again, my apologies for being a little late. I had some other things that kind of conflicted at the time that I normally come on. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And make sure that you also share the lives. If you know any other soap fans who would enjoy, our lives and the content, let me know. Let me know. Not let me know, but share the live so they can come over here and enjoy. T, do you think we'll find out? Yeah, the spoilers will probably be out on Friday, so we'll know for sure, what the deal is with Bridget. All right, until later, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.